Hello and welcome to my channel Making Crafts. Today I have several little things in one video. I'm wanting to decoupage some napkins, but first I just want to show you my new kit that I've put in my shop, and then I want to show you my freebie that I've put on Buy Me a Coffee site. And so I'll link to all that below. So the first thing is the kit that I've added to my shop, and it's just a small little kit, and it's just little labels for Thanksgiving and for fall. And so you could use this in your fall journals. And so I have two sheets with the larger labels, and the sheets look the same, but there's different wording on each sheet. And so what I've done is I've just got the labels here with some little decorations that match my kit that's in my shop as well. But I think these decorations can match any fall theme. And so I have these, and then the third sheet is just a combination of both of the large sheets, just shrunk down in case you need smaller labels. And so this is just a little small kit that I decided to add to my shop because I had these made up, and I thought they would go good with the fall journal. So that is what I have in my shop. And then on my Buy Me a Coffee site, I have this freebie. And I want to show you this one right here is my printout, but I had something on my paper, and so it totally messed up when it printed. But yours will look like this if you print it out. It'll be a little different. And so what it is you can see here, it's the outline of a little folder. So once you cut it out, and it's very simple, so this whole video won't be about making this since it is very simple. So once you cut it out, it looks like this. So then I've just gone ahead and inked around all my edges, and I used chocolate chip from Stampin' Up to ink mine. And so then all you want to do is just fold along this bottom line here. So this line right here where the dark and light meet, you're just going to fold along that line. And so then once you have that done, you're just going to fold up, just get this glue loose. So you just want to add a little glue here, and you can add a little glue on this side, or you can leave it loose, but I'm going to add just a little glue there. Okay. And you just want to press that up. And you have yourself a little pocket there. And I'm going to do this side and show you if you leave just this side loose as well. It's probably not going to hold things. You would have it more as a tuck spot for larger things if you leave that loose. And this one, it's more of a little folder for smaller things. So you can do it either way. So see, the labels from the kit could fit right down in this. Now here, they could fit in it, but they may slide out, be more likely to slide out, but you are folding it up. But let me see if I see a little tag or something to show you. Here's a little index card. So you could just, for example, stick a little card in there if you wanted just to slide it in. And so if you made it a pocket, it's not going to hold it. So you can use it two different ways, however you want to use it in your journal. And you could even add a little bit of paper to it and make it a journal itself, like a little mini journal. So I just made that up. I thought it was a fun piece to add. And here's my little fall journal. I don't know if you've seen it yet. I have a video on this, how to make yourself a little fall gratitude journal in one evening. And it uses my kit that matches these labels. And so I'm just going to add it to the pocket here. And I've been adding little things. This was some Happy Mail that I got, and it was a tag that was in it. So I've just added it to my journal. I've already started putting little things in it, and then I'm going to start writing in it in November. So okay, let's move on to the actual project I wanted to work on today. And this project is just something I wanted to do just for the fun of it. I just wanted to decoupage some napkins today, and I thought, why not get on here and share those other things with you while I decoupage the napkins, because I'm going to use the labels in the decoupage. Let me get this wax paper down to protect because I am going to be using some gel medium. And so I bought these napkins from the Dollar Tree. I found these the other day. I hadn't been to the Dollar Tree in about a year, and so I found these napkins there, and there's large ones and small. There's large ones and small ones. And I thought I would start out with the small one today because I thought I would make some journaling cards. So I've already pulled one out here, the small one, and I'm going to use, I think I'll try this music sheet. I want to just cut it down. It's about the size of the napkin. So let's see what this napkin is. It's a 5 by 5, I think. Yes, well, 5 by 4 3/4. So let's cut this down to that. I've got several different book pages out that I want to try. And I think you'll see the music notes underneath paper. I don't know. I haven't even tried this. I just thought it'd be fun to do today. Excuse me. So I'm going to take and just use some tape here to pull this napkin apart. And it worked last time. Well, here's the loose. With this tape, worked with the last one, but it's not working with this one. But that came out pretty simple. So there we go. And are these wonderful? Just 2-ply. Doesn't say on here. But I think that's all. Yeah, that's all there is. There's just one layer on this one. So then I think I'm just doing this with you all. I haven't really tried it ahead of time. I just want to figure out how I want to do this. So I'm just going to take and cut this down. I was going to just wet it, but I don't have my water bottle handy, so I'm just going to cut it down. And then I think I'll just rip. It's not going to just rip along that folded line there. And I probably should have thought about the direction of the music. Okay. Just going to try and decide how I want to do it. Okay, I kind of like it like this with the music going across. So I think that'll fit just fine on there, and then I can trim down. So I'm just going to be using the Gloss Super Heavy Gel, and this is just from Michaels. But if you don't have this, you don't have to use this. You could use glue. You can use decoupage glue, and I'm trying to think what I have made up my own decoupage glue before with school glue and water. So there's many things that you could use to do this. If you don't, I just wanted to try my gel medium today to see how it does. The decoupage glue for me is pretty messy, so I just wanted to see if I could do something a little less messy today. So I'm just going to paint the gel medium onto my paper. And I'm being pretty generous with it because I want to glue this napkin down first try. So let's see if that works. And this is pretty heavy paper, but it is folding up already. Okay, it's just a book page, so I don't know that it was intended to be decoupaged on. So I'm just going to add my napkin down and just smooth it out. And it can have wrinkles in it. That just gives it a little bit more texture. And then what I'm going to do is I'll cover the back with tea stain paper or either maybe a cream colored cardstock just to have a writing spot on the back. Okay, I love how that looks. So I may just try to add a little bit of gel medium to the top just to smooth it down. Let me just squirt a little bit right here. The gel medium is a little thicker than the decoupage glue, so that's why I feel like I am less messy with it than I am with the decoupage glue. Okay, so I like how that looks. Don't want to add too much. I don't want it to start bubbling up. So then I was thinking about adding one of my labels to the, I just got to find one that's small enough. Maybe adding one in there. Or let's see, I do have smaller ones. I cut out large ones because I thought that I would probably need a large one. Let me pull out the small ones. I think this is a spot for the small ones. And let me get my fussy cut scissors. So let's see, what word do I want on there? How about, let's see, how about let's just do thankful for now. Okay. And I wanted to show you something because I've been just fussy cutting these out myself. I haven't been using my Silhouette to do it or any electronic cutting machine. And so I did learn this as an adult. So I thought I would show this because I enjoy fussy cutting and I know some people don't. So I thought I would show you how I was taught to fussy cut. And you just take your paper. You don't move your scissors really. You're just taking your paper and turning it and then slowly cut, moving your scissors down. So it's not like how we were taught to cut in school, but it really helps to know this little technique to just drive your paper to the scissors instead of moving the scissors. That way you don't get a chopped up look. You actually get a smoother look this way. So I'm barely closing my scissors on it. So just doing like that. And I know most of you that watch my videos would know how to fussy cut, but like I always say in my videos, I like to share for my beginners as well. And so I just want them to, because I don't know how old I was before I learned how to fussy cut like this. Because in school you learn just how to cut, and I'll show you in a second how a lot of us cut. And it's okay for most things, but when you're trying to detail cut, you really need to be able to just move this paper and not the scissors. So just get that done there. With these, you're just having to move it a lot for that little ripples. But you know, in school we're taught to cut like this, and so that doesn't work when you're fussy cutting. So now I want to just decide, do I want to ink it to add it there, or do I just want to leave it like that? Or it may look pretty right there. I think I'm going to add it right here, and I may just add a little ink into it. I may, hopefully the ink doesn't run that much, because I think it's water-based ink. But I think it looks cute there, because I'm going to cut a lot of this off the top there. Just put a little bit more here. I'm not squirting much out all of my paper, because if I do, I will probably smear it everywhere and make a huge mess. So I'm kind of just sticking that there. I'll just press it down. Don't put too much on it. And there we have a little journaling card. And it is a little ripple, but it'll be okay, because once I let it dry, it's probably going to harden some, but I'm also going to back it with some stiffer paper. So let's just leave that aside to dry, and let's work on another one. So another one that I did was I pulled out, well actually I have more of this music notes, we could use it, and let's make a larger one. So let me see, I haven't opened these yet. I had a lot of fun shopping at the Dollar Tree the other day with these, because I hadn't got to go in so long. Okay, so that will fit perfectly on there. So I'm just going to cut it down while it's double thickness here, because I think it's easier to cut. And it's the exact same. Oh, I forgot, I do have one more style left over from last year. We could do that one as well. I'll have to pause and get it out, but I have some napkins left over from last Thanksgiving that I got from Walmart, I think. I think it was just left over. I think it was actually on their clearance. That's what I like to do, is watch Walmart and different stores when they have their clearance, so that you can buy up some napkins to do things like this. And I apologize for that noise. My Schnauzer is playing ball behind me. She has got a new ball. Let me see here if I can get this off. You're going to take her in another room, Brian.
She's just wanting me to throw.
There we go. So the tape got it going there. So I'm just going to pull it off. And they're just got that one extra ply on it. A lot of them that you buy have two, but I guess these are, since they're from the Dollar Tree, they're not as thick. So I'm just going to add it there. Let's just see, what would it look like over words? Would it look better over words? Let's try that. I do like that, but I don't know if my book's going to be wide enough. I think that'll fit just perfectly on there, so we'll have to get it right on there, just like that. So let me add some more of this gel medium. And just wet the paper down. Oops, let's move this out from under it. I don't want to get it all wet. And when you go to get the freebie on the Buy Me a Coffee site, just be sure to put in, you can put in $0, and because it's going to ask you how much you're paying, and you just put in $0 to get it free, and that's okay to do it that way. It's just a good site for me to upload my things, my freebies on. It's a lot easier that way for me to upload them than how I was trying to do it in the past. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little over top again. And then we're going to cut it down, so I'm not worried about all these edges sticking out. And it's getting really noisy in my house. I may have to pause for a second while the girls are playing.
It was cute.
So let me see what label I want to put on this one. And And I'm thinking of putting this one right here. So I'm just going to darken it up a little bit since it's going to be right beside the little dark part of that flower. And then, oops, don't get in the glue there. Just add a little bit more. And then I'm just going to add generously on the back there. And I just printed these off on, these labels off on copy paper, just regular copy paper. A lot of times I know I use that premium paper, but this time I just used regular copy paper. Copy paper, I said coffee. Copy paper. My goodness. Okay, so just getting that glue down. I may have not had enough glue down here, so I'm just gonna, because I am gonna trim it off, but I wanna get some of that bottom in there too. There we go. And tissue paper is so fragile, you gotta be very careful with it. I think it's loose right here. There we go. So I like how that looks. So I'm just going to let that dry. And let me pause the video and get my other napkins out, and I'll be right back. So here is the other set of napkins that I have. And these were from, they're called guest towels, that's what size they are. And these are from Walmart. And so I'm going to use the bottom half here that doesn't have a saying on it. Just going to see how big this is. So I want to use it, I think, right along this music sheet. And it's just going to cut a little bit off, but I think that's okay. So let's go ahead and get these. Now this one does have several layers, I'm pretty sure, because these are a bit thicker than the ones from the Dollar Tree. This washi tape is just not strong enough, I guess, to get a hold of it. I'm going to try a stronger piece of washi and see if it can do it. There we go. Just need to get it tearing just a little bit, but not tearing the front. Just tearing these extra layers off. And this is a fun way to make a mixed media project too, but I thought I would just make up some journaling cards today. Yeah, I think that's all the layers. So I'm going to leave this off, so I'm just going to, I will trim that off and just trim like below that brown line there. So I'm trying to see, I think I'm just going to decoupage this whole thing. You know, this would be good on a bag as well, but let's just do this first and see. So I'm just going to cover this whole piece with the gesso, I mean not gesso, the gel medium. And I've just got my wax paper down. I don't know if I said, but that's just protecting my mat so that it doesn't get all gooey and I have to scrub it down. I guess it would come off, but probably take a lot of scrubbing. So I have put a lot on there. So now I just want to lay this down. There we go. That's perfect. And I like the little wrinkles in it. I'm totally good with the wrinkles being in it. So let's see. Do we miss some spots here getting glue? Just add just a little bit. Don't want to glue it down to the actual plastic though. Okay, let me just add a little bit more down here. May have started to dry or just wasn't thick enough. One. Okay. Just run some over top. That'll make sure it's down good. And I love doing these napkins like this. I have another video where I recently used a napkin and covered the paper bag, and it was a floral napkin, and I had a lot of fun with it, so I wanted to try this because this is new to me. I've just gotten really started into playing around with napkins. I tried a little bit last year, but I just didn't seem to figure out the right glue. But now I'm thinking because I'm not crazy about decoupage glue, and I didn't want to use it because, like I said, I'm very messy and I tear the napkins with it. So that's why I wanted to try the gel medium too. I found that the Barely Art glue was really good at gluing them down in the last video, but I ran out of my Barely Art glue. So I'm going to trim that off, so I don't even know why I was working with that so much. So we're going to let this dry. And let's see, I could add a label to it that says Happy Fall, or let's just see what all we have. The Grateful, Thankful, Blessed. I think that would look good there. I do want to dull it up again too because my paper is more of a brownish paper. And I want to get my ink though out because I want to kind of ink this one a little bit around the edges. There we go. And I think that'll look good. So let's add just a little bit more glue here. And then we're gonna see if any of them's dry yet. Whoops. Okay. There we go. So that is pretty. I love that. So let me see if any of them's dry. And we'll trim them off and turn them into journaling cards and see how they look. Okay. This one is just slightly damp, so I think it'll be okay to trim on. I don't know if it's totally ready. Just trimming off the excess paper. That's going to make a very pretty journaling card, and I want to get it dry so I can ink it, because I think once I ink it, it's going to look really good as well. So let me get some paper to back it with. I'm going to just back it with this paper. So let's just get out our art glitter glue and get that out of the way. That'll stick good. Well, that might be pretty just to frame it out with this paper. Let's give myself that option by leaving a little bit around it. Let's just see how that looks. Don't think I'm going to like it. I think I'm going to want to kind of like that. Let's just see if it's dry enough to ink the edges now. And I can go trim the edge and this edge of the paper off if I decide I don't want it on there. So that was not dry enough. So let's just add a little art glitter glue there and it'll hold it down. Most of it feels dry now. Once it started drying, it dried pretty quickly. Kind of want to shadow, like making a little, what's the word they call it, vignette, I don't know, like a framing it with the brown. Don't know the correct word, but I'm just wanting a little shadow around it. That did come a little loose there, but that's okay. Okay, let me see about that. That's all right. That's just how napkins do sometimes. And I do like how that one turned out. I think that would make a good journaling card. And let's see, this one, it feels about dry enough, so let's trim it down and see. I wonder, I'm thinking about trimming my paper trimmer, but I don't know if it's maybe too fragile for that. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to try it, and let's Actually, no, I'm not. I'm too nervous to. I'm afraid I'll destroy it. So let's just trim it gently. There we go. And then I think I can follow the wording on this page to make it more straight. I'm not the best at cutting straight. And I can follow the straightness of this page, also the edge here. It's just the side there that was torn out of the book. It was hard to follow. So there we go. That makes a big journaling card for somewhere. So let's just attach it to the card as well, cardstock. But I'm just going to, okay, so I'm just going to try it. I'm going to see if I can cut this edge because it's driving me crazy. Oh yeah, that did perfect. Don't know why I was scared of it. Okay. I'm just going to add it here. I'm just trying to decide, do I want to frame it out with this one as well? Trim it out here, and cuts just a little bit of it off. That's okay, the little leaf. Kind of looks crooked. I'm trying to figure out why it's crooked. Why do I have it crooked here? Did I not trim this bottom? Maybe I didn't trim the bottom like I thought I already had. There we go. So it may be a little crooked. There we have our little journaling card. And I'm trying to figure out why it looks crooked to me. Something about it is crooked. Right there is. That cuts into our label. That may have messed that one up, but that's okay. We're just running a test here. I'm just trying a few things out. I could just put one over top of it. That's what I'm going to do. So it's no big deal. I will use this label in its place, and I think it'll just fit right there just fine. And so we'll just cover it up that way. And I don't know if that will come up. So I could just trim just that little peak off that's showing. See, we can always make it work. We can make it work. And if it didn't, I would just cover it up with it. So let's just ink this real quick. And it's no big deal. And that's a good thing, which I already had these printed, but that's a good thing about these. You could reprint the same label if you really had to have the same word on it. But I think that's going to be fine. So no worries. I do want to use my gel medium because I want it to match the rest of the picture. I could just glue it on with my art glitter glue. Now I'm going to have to be really fussy to try to cover up that other one, so make sure it's not sticking out. There we go. So it's fixed. It is perfectly fine. You can see just a little bit of it there, but it's no big deal. So let's give this a moment to dry a little bit more before I ink it. And then I think I'm going to have to place them under some books because they are, you know, folding up. But once they dry really good, I think that that would be okay. So this one, let's take a look at it. I've got quite a few straight edges to follow, but I think I'm going to try, it's mostly dry. There's some dampness in the middle. I'm just going to try to follow the edge of the page so I can be sure to get this one straight. There we go. Then this is going to be, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with this one because it's really large. It's too large to be a journaling card, but I'm going to use it somehow. I'm just in a project, but we'll see what I use it. I just wanted to try it out. Be like that. There we go. Oops. Don't want to tear it. Then right in there. So that one worked out better. I hadn't had my scissors on it. I love when these dry. It kind of feels like fabric when you get done with it. Like you've put fabric on it. So I like that. So I'm not sure if I want to put anything on the back of this one yet or not because I'm not sure what I want to do with it. I do like it though. I wonder, it might make a neat little page in a book where you know you have this little half page. I think that might be pretty. So I'm just going to hold off on it and not put it on a journaling card. So let's go ahead. This one feels a little drier now. Let's just go ahead and ink this one up. I think I do want to use the chocolate chip on it too. And it takes this ink really good. So you got to be careful not to put too much on it. I'm going to go back around in just a second. And just do the edges like that as well to kind of frame them out. Well, this was just a simple little project to do on a Sunday afternoon. I had been working on some different things for my channel and really some videos that's coming out this week. And so I really hadn't had time to craft much today. So I just wanted to take a few minutes just to create. I've been creating a lot of big projects. So I just wanted to take a moment just to create something small that didn't take a lot of time and really just something fun for me to do. And I thought since I was doing that, I should show you all, and I wanted to hang out with you all, so I thought while I was doing that, I should show you all my new labels in case you wanted to use them in your fall journals. That one is coming loose, so I'm just going to add a little bit of art glitter glue and press it down. So that is pretty. I love how these turned out. These are going to make great journaling cards. So I'm going to have to add these to some of my fall journals. And so let's see here. So here are the three that we created this afternoon. So that's just a quick, simple little project. And I hope that you enjoyed seeing these, and I hope that you will enjoy the freebie that is on my site. And I'll link to the freebie below. I'll link to my new kit, and I'll try to put all the links below. And this, I think I did say that this is just the Michaels brand. I think it's just their brand of gel medium. So that's all you need, that and a paintbrush or, you know, some sort of glue. You don't have to have this, just some sort of glue and a little brush to brush it on. And it's just a quick little project to add a little more texture and things to your journals. And this could even be a pocket in a journal, a tuck spot. So you can use it for so many things. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me this afternoon, and I hope that you enjoy the labels and the freebie. And please don't forget to like and subscribe so that I can keep bringing these freebies and I can keep adding things to my channel. And thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great weekend. Bye.